This is music, and this is another bunch of dudes with kind of strange names. So, welcome to another episode of Tapeworm Terror. I figured I would just try to sneak in an episode before New Year's Eve. And we're going to have a look at Megaton Sword's Blood Hails Steel and Steel Hails Fire. That title already pretty much says it's all. We're dealing with epic metal here, right? So this one is out on Dying Victims Productions, and I will say they do a hell of a good job, that label. I'm really impressed. If we just start out with the cover artwork, you can already see that this is epic stuff, right? And you can fold out the J card, you get the full cover artwork. You got a track list as well. This looks really nice, and this gives me a lot of nostalgia for back in when I was a kid, and this was my primary medium of music. There are no lyrics or anything like that here, but there is a band shot. The guy holding what might actually be a Megaton Sword. That's a pretty big sword. And so the lineup, as I said in the intro, they seem to have strange names. So the drummer is called Dan Thundersteel. If that's his real name, that's a family that everybody should be a part of with that surname. The guitar player is the dude with the sword here. Ironically, his name is Chris the Axe. I don't know if that's his real name either. The bass player is called Simon the Sorcerer. So he knows magic, I guess. And then the vocalist is Uzi with a U, Uzi Unchained. Or Uzi Unchained, I don't know. So, yeah, with the exception of Dan Thundersteel, if these are these guys' real names, they should talk to their parents. I think Dan Thundersteel should also talk to his parents and buy them some flowers, because that's a surname that everyone should have, as I said. Okay. So that's the J card. The tape itself also looks really nice. It's gold, right? A gold tape. You have the band logo on it. You have like sort of nice graphics down here. You have the title on it, and it's indicated whether it's side A or side B, but there's no track list on the tape itself. Well, that's fine. But it looks real nice, and I think this sort of golden color just fits the overall theme extremely well. So what kind of music are we dealing with here? The first track might sort of lead you to think that this is power metal, like epic power metal, because it does sound very power metal-y. But we're dealing with old school traditional heavy metal with epic leanings. And the epic part is typically in the lyrics and the lyrical themes covered here. It's really good stuff. I really enjoy listening to this. So traditional heavy metal with great riffage, really nice guitar work, very well composed songs, nice kind of changes and shifts and breakdowns. Some ballady parts that are not super cheesy, so that's always nice. I mean, there will always be an element of cheese when the album is called Blood Hails Steel, Steel Hails Fire. All this sort of warrior stuff is inherently cheesy, but these guys do a really good job of it. So we're dealing with traditional heavy metal with quality instrumentation, quality instrumental work. My favorite tracks are probably the opening track, the title track, Blood Hails Steel, Steel Hails Fire. That's a great one, slightly more up-tempo, slightly borderline power metal, I would say. And the Giver's Embrace, the last track, is also really great. But all the tracks here are really nice. And also the production is really good too, I think. It sounds really great. Even because sometimes tapes don't sound as good as some of the other formats. But this tape here sounds really good too. What I think people might be turned off by might be Uzi Unchained's vocals. He has a slightly kind of nasal quality to his voice. It's the type of singing that you hear, I think, quite often with Italian singers that sing in Italian. Like, I guess an extreme example of that would be Eros Ramazzotti. As far as I remember, these guys are not Italian though, but I could be mistaken. But he has that sort of voice quality, not as extreme as Eros Ramazzotti. However, it works really well here. I actually think, come to think of it, his sounds maybe a bit like a combination of, I don't remember his name, but the guy from Manila Road and maybe Blaze Bayley. It kind of has the sort of the rawness and the power and energy of a pre-Iron Maiden Blaze Bayley, like Wolfsbane era Blaze Bayley. But the voice quality has more of a Manila Road vibe going on. And I think these guys might be inspired quite a bit by Manila Road. I don't know, but I think they might be. But his voice quality, there's just something about his voice that just fits this music perfectly. Right? I mean, I have to admit, I don't like Eros Ramazzotti's singing voice. That's just my opinion. But this guy who has a slightly similar voice quality, the way he sings, just for some reason, the tone of his voice fits this music perfectly. And I also like that it's not like an operatic, like air raid, siren kind of singing voice, which would normally be used in kind of like epic music like this. It's a very unique style of singing. Again, if you're into Manila Road, you might like his singing voice. Would I recommend this? Fuck yeah. If you like traditional heavy metal, check this out for sure. It's great stuff. I really enjoyed it. So on that note, thanks for watching. I wish you a really, really happy new year. See you guys next year.